On the Money is sponsored by Marcus by Goldman Sachs. You can money with Marcus by Goldman Sachs, saving, borrowing, and investing.
Now we're heading on to our ongoing series On the Money today, all about improving your wealth and your wealth health. Joining us with 3 things you can do right this second for better financial fitness, NBC senior business correspondent and our pal, Stephanie Ruhle. Okay, Steph, first step. You always give this as our number one thing we should do when we're getting our finances together, but I think some of us are afraid.
But that's one of the issues. I know we all care about our money. We want to maximize it, but we're afraid, so we avoid it. Stop avoiding it. This is important.
Okay.
First thing you need to do, know where your money is going.
Yes.
Write it down. Spend the next month logging, just like you would a food journal, every single place you spend. Because lots of us have this budget, but the budget we write down isn't really the budget we keep. We never think about all those impulse buys.
Right.
Write down everything you're spending for a month, and then at the end of the month, take a look at that list. Also look at your bank statements, your credit card statements. Look at all of that, and then you're going to start to see the easiest places to cut the fat.
I love that. By the way, you're right. Sometimes little purchases we don't even write down, but keep track of all things. Okay, debt is tricky, and we have an important question from Shane in Cranston, Rhode Island. Shane.
If I were to come into some money, would it be more beneficial to pay off my mortgage outright, or would it be better to take that money and put it into investments and continue to pay my mortgage casually, for the next 30 years?
Sounds like he's getting some dough. That's pretty good. So what do you do with it?
It's also great that he's addressing it because lots of us think about our debts, put them in a shoebox, ignore it, and buy a Powerball ticket. That is not how you address your debts. You have to know what you owe. Make a list of which debts have the highest interest rate. I hate when people have to pay so much in interest. And then there's 2 approaches.
Okay.
One is called the avalanche. The avalanche approach, take your bill with the highest interest rate. I don't care how big that bill is. Start whacking that. Just get rid of that. Nobody wants to pay interest. And then from there, you go down. The other approach is called the snowball. That's for somebody who is totally overwhelmed, can't even get started. In the snowball, I want you to just start paying your smallest bills. Because when you do that, you get to check them off.
So
I love checking things off.
So snowball.
Check it. Those are the 2 best approaches. And once you start to do that, then you're going to be moving into a place where, hey, you can start saving money. You can say, wait a minute. Interest rates are really low. Maybe I'm going to refinance my mortgage. But none of this will happen unless you write it down and prioritize it.
All right. We've got a big one on Twitter. Here is a question. Dwayne asks this. How many months of expenses should be saved up in a savings account?
Okay, this is so important because we often think like savings, that's what's left over. Nothing's left over. Think of it like food. When I order an eggplant parm and I say, I'm going to take half of it home, I eat everything on the plate unless the kitchen cuts it in half and makes me a doggy bag. I want you to do that with your money. So as it relates to savings, in general, we say try to have 3 to 6 months of your living expenses set aside. And you're going, well, that's a lot of money. How am I going to do it? Well, think about what is that number and then divide it by the number of paychecks it would take to get there. So if you needed to save $3,000, that's $250 every month for a year. And now you need to automate it. Have that cut right out of your paycheck. Right? Like you do your retirement account. Many banks will let you have multiple savings accounts for free. Do that so you never see it. Have that money carved right out of your paycheck and go separately into that account so you never have it to spend.
What if someone's just really going paycheck to paycheck? Should you still try to take out something?
If you can. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, really try to look at your most necessary expenses. What you need this month, and if there's anything that you can set aside, try to. Because having that cushion is what's going to save you when you're in a risky situation.
All right. Steph, thank you. I like your button, your love button. Makes me feel good. I know. All right. And you can get more financial advice. Be sure to check out today.com/money.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.